Hello friends, welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video. Friends, in this video we are going to discuss about S&P 500 indices, and if you look at this long term trend, tell you one thing, just have a simple look at it and it's easy to understand and look at a trend which is very much visible, okay, if you do not think anything else. Okay, so I'm going to explain all of this and the trend as well, but before that, if you haven't subscribed my channel, hit on the subscription button and also hit on the notification bell to get the notification of my upcoming videos. Now, there are lots of naysayers who are available in the market, and obviously I do respect them. Lots of them I personally follows, but the thing is, it's about the opinion and the views. Okay, if I, without thinking anything else or without having any second opinion about the market or the things which are going on, the geopolitics or any war kind of scenarios, the pandemic and whatsoever, if I simply look at the chart, what do I find in this particular chart? Okay, and this is a long term chart. The history goes back to 1970, so we have around 50 years of data. Okay, so this is saying something, and there are lots of things which has happened in between. There are lots of damages which has happened in between in the past, but everything has been priced in. Okay, and if you look at the data without thinking anything else, what you can see here is that uptrend is very much there, and probably we are not at the highs what one is talking about. Okay, because we are talking about the index, we are not talking about any XYZ stock, whether it's in the top rank or in the bottom rank. So if something is going up, there is no way I can blabber about that particular thing is going, it has to go down, something will get punctured, because what will happen meanwhile, I may, because of my ignorance, I may lose the entire rally. Okay, and obviously it has to go down. This is stock market, we don't know when will it go down. The simple thing to understand here is, if I know a fair amount of idea about the long term trend, I'm not talking about a short term trend, long term trend, and if the trend is going up, there is no way I can jump and say that it look, this will go down. Even it will go down after 3 years, but if somebody holds it for 3 years and sell it before it falls, then we can't say that he doesn't make money out of it, he or she doesn't make money out of it. So unless the trend actually goes down, I'm not talking about the volatility or the black swan events which generally comes in between, which you can see there are lots of events. So this is the 1987 event, Asian crisis. So the thing is, can you find Asian crisis in this particular? Obviously when it happens, it causes lots of damage. Okay, but is it actually there, or can you able to find out the impact of it? Unless you know about the history, you know about when actually it happened. And even you look at the Y2K crash, this is your Y2K crash. Okay, and this is your financial crisis. So if you look at this past event, so when who were facing that event or who have actually seen that event, so for them it's a world ends tomorrow. Okay, and it's always the same thing. But when you look back and when you look at the current situation, that's where the experience comes, and that's where they know that if we will live tomorrow, so does the stock market. So that's the important thing to understand here. Obviously it will go and up and down. Okay, and what most important thing is, we know that company may go up, may go down, it will pop up, it will be alive sometimes, and if things goes bad, the company shuts down. Okay, that's not a big deal, but we are talking about index, not a company. So if you look at this index, I'll just, means without further ado, I'll just talk about the trend, and it is very much easy to understand. Here you have your support, and this is exactly a technical, you can say that miracle, how technical works in this particular trend, and it's so easy to understand here. This is one of those examples. So you have your big support level, okay, and if I may say in a simple term, so this is your resistance level or the target level, and you simply have a look that whether it is near to its target level or not. As simple as that. It may take 3 years, it may take 1 year, it may take 10 years, we don't know about that. But what we do know about this trend is that it is going upside. There are lots of correction in between, and if somebody started jumping on it and saying that okay, now you can see you have seen a 20% correction and now things gets over, so things won't happen like this. And when everybody is concerned about stock market, nobody, when I'm saying nobody, I'm not talking about any institution, or any individual. I'm talking about the government and the banks who are running the economy. If they don't want to, let the stock market down below a certain point, then there is no point you go and fight with them. That is the first thing to understand. Means when you're talking about the fundamental part of it, the theoretical part of it, and technically you can't find anything on the chart which will tell you that now it is at the highest end of the range and one better looks to close down their position. Okay, so you have your trend here. You have your simple trend. Now, talking about the trend, let me just quickly tell you the first resistance will come at around 4,000, okay, at S&P, and then you have your immediate resistance or target, or it is now support 3435, okay, and then your big support will come at 2700. I'm drawing just all the reference points. Below that you have 2133, and the biggest support will come at 1527. Okay, on the upside, that is the thing everyone looks for. So you have your first target near 3900, around 4000. But on the upside, what we are going to see a range which will be in between 6000 to 7500, which we are going to see probably at least in the next 3 to 5 years or a bit more. So yeah, here if you look at this trend, okay, obviously you have support levels, and I'm not saying that it won't go down. What I'm saying is the rally started from the lower end of the range, okay, and actually if you look at this trend, okay, so what you can find here, that this is the resistance level, and the resistance level actually broke off at 2013, and not, if you are saying that the rally started from 2009, obviously it is already 11 years old, but the fresh rally actually started from 2013 and not 2009, so it's just a 7 years old rally. And whenever it hits the bottom end or the important support level, big support level, obviously it will, means technically it should reach to the peak of that, though, so the peak is not yet near. And what we can see, because we don't know the exact movement, so that's why I have taken a range in between 6200 to 7500. So here is a simple small thing to understand. To all those naysayers, I have a reserved right to be wrong, but if I look at the trend, what I can see is even by rolling down in between, and it takes lots of volatility, and you can see lots of volatility in between, the big trend is indeed alive and it is not end yet. Okay, so whenever it ends, we do get to see this kind of, either this kind of consolidation which lasts for 13 years with lots of volatility in between, or you will have a sharp fall of 50, 60 or 70-80% in the indices from the highs, but that level doesn't seems likely at the current time. It will take some time when it happens. If I look at the trend, okay, when and you have the simple idea about how does it looks like, you will say that the trend is over. So this is the end of the video. If you like this content, do share your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe my channel. Lastly, take care of your family and friends.